Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech protected.
Local news, politics, business, sports, arts, music. Mike and Marty on the beat. Mike and Marty. Mike and Marty.
Good morning, Bellows Falls and Rockingham, and welcome to the feed. Here we are. It's May 18th. It's moving along. May goes by so fast. It's just incredible. We had an election last night in the village of Bellows Falls. An amazing turnout of 147 people. Anyway, but we're working on that later. Today we're going to talk about art, and this is Art Month in Bellows Falls, and is it May Art Month or is
May is Art Month in Bellows Falls.
All right, good. So May is Art Month in Bellows Falls, and we're going to talk about today. Today we have Leslie Lassiter and Emmet Dunbar, and they're going to help us out. Emmet, you're starting, I hear.
Okay, sure. I'll jump right in.
There's the month of May.
It is
Ta-da!
the month of May. For many, many months, artists in Bellows Falls and Rockingham and over the river in Walpole, North Walpole, have been working together to promote art in Bellows Falls in the region, and they, with the leadership of Robert McBride and RAMP, the Rockingham Art Museum Project, and many others, have really come together and championed this idea that we're going to declare art in Bellows Falls as in May. So May is Art Month in Bellows Falls. And the best way to learn about that is from a couple different websites, places online. BIFTA Vermont, Bellows Falls Downtown Development Alliance, has worked with the artist group because art in Bellows Falls is it's a collective of artists doing events through the month of May, but they don't have a website and they don't have a specific storefront. It's a shared thing. So if you want to learn more about the events this month, you can go to bellowsfallsvt.org, which is the BIFTA website, bellowsfallsvt.org, and there's lots of a list of things to do there. You can also go to Art in BF, which is a Facebook page. So in Facebook, if you research Art in BF, you'll get all the listing of events and things going on this month in May, as May is Art Month in Bellows Falls. And it also extends a little bit to Saxons River. Main Street Arts is re-emerging and having a few programs and got their gallery opened up again. And they are going to also be involved with May is Art Month in Bellows Falls in Saxons River.
And so, and then there are some brick and mortar places too, right? Like
Right.
You go for information. They're calling them.
So
pubs or-
that kind of leads into what Leslie's going to talk more about, which is the Open Studio Weekend at the end of May. But the places where things are going on, the first event that's happening is at the Flatiron Cafe. There is a show that has gone up that is in place that Robert McBride spearheaded on with RAMP and 33 Bridge Street and the River Artisans and Canal Street Art Gallery artists, all the artists involved, these different groups. He has a show of about, I think about 50 artists, 30 to 50 artists.
Wow.
In the Flatiron Cafe, and they're open most days of the week, and they're an information center for where to find out where the different artist studios are and things like that. Main Street Arts in Saxons River in the last weekend of the month that Leslie's going to talk about is also an information center. So if you're in Saxons River, you can go to Main Street Arts. If you're at the square downtown, you can go to Flatiron.
Or 33 Bridge Street.
Or
right?
over the bridge at 33 Bridge Street.
Okay.
Those places will show you and have information about where to visit studios and what artists are involved. But essentially just arrive in Bellows Falls at any point this month because it is Art Month.
And people will embrace you
And
and
it's everywhere.
show you places to go and,
Yeah.
and help you out.
So
And if 33 Bridge Street means nothing to you, once you're on Bridge Street and you see a big black sheep head for Wool Radio, that's
That's it.
33 Bridge Street.
that's right.
Yes,
If you
that's
just
good.
go in the square, if you just go
Just
over
beyond
the
the post
bridge,
office.
It's on your right. Yeah, just it's pretty much the next building you can go to, other than
Yeah.
the dam, the hydro plant. And it's where where Wool Radio is, and Sherwin Glass and Sugan Studio, and many other artists.
Yeah, Charlie Hunter's there.
Yep, Charlie Hunter Studio. So come to Bellows Falls this month and check out all these beautiful places and beautiful works of art in all kinds of mediums. And if you want to learn about it online, it's bellowsfallsvt.org or Art in BF on Facebook.
And you just had a show, right?
I did. I just had a solo show at Canal Street Art Gallery that went really well. We had lots of people come through, had some sales. It was really fun and really exciting. And
Good.
now there's a new
Sales.
show.
Woohoo,
Canal
sales.
Street Art Gallery's current show for this month is called the Salon Show. It's a French style where you hang lots and lots of pieces of artwork very close to each other on the whole wall. So there'll be about 150 pieces on one wall of all our represented artists, again, to celebrate Art Month of May in Bellows Falls.
That's great.
The other news I wanted to announce is that I recently was asked to be and voted on to be a board member of Main Street Arts.
Oh, good.
So now
Congrats.
I'm on the
Congrats.
board of BIFTA and the board of Main Street Arts and working with Canal Street Art Gallery as a represented artist. And so the more we work
Yeah,
together, the more we
good.
do, and the more that happens,
more
which is really
synergy.
positive.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
There's a lot of great stuff going on, and it's a wonderful time to be in Rockingham.
Yes, and we want to just have show a little clip of
Okay.
of your just completed show.
Okay.
Would have been better a little bit earlier, but yeah.
I have it up in the vault. Some of my pieces are in the vault in Springfield right now, and also hanging at the Hartford Visitor Center, which again I announced last time. Guilford and Hartford, the visitor centers, if you're an artist, you can sign up with them and you can show your art and hang your art for free on the walls, two-dimensional art for free at the visitor centers. It could be months or a year to get in
It's
that.
like a waiting list.
It's-
Yeah, sure,
because but it's free, it's available, it's a state service. So I once again encourage people to contact the I don't know exactly what department it is. I don't think it's transportation, but maybe it's tourism. But the visitor center, state visitor centers.
We had a river artisan, Mike Lewis, had his beautiful wood pieces there.
Okay,
So we're gonna watch.
we're gonna watch a clip of
We're gonna
Emmet,
watch.
and then we're gonna move on. We got a big show today. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff going on.
Very exciting.
So.
Yeah, it's been 5 years. 40 shows, representing 22 artists, Canal Street Art Gallery in downtown historic Bellows Falls. Really exciting, awesome place, local artists, and just working to infuse and build a creative economy in southern Vermont and our neighbor New Hampshire over the river. My photography project and alias is Spalding Dunbar Images, and today you're going to see a show, Spalding Dunbar Photo Poet, and it's my first ever solo show. I hope you can come down and enjoy it and be here, and just come and check it out, and yeah.
There we
And
are.
we're back.
There you go.
There you go. So that's at the vault now, huh?
There's 2 pieces at the vault and about 10 pieces on Route 91 South Hartford Visitor Center. So just south of 89 and 91, that visitor center. And there's a couple pieces at the gallery. So imagine there should be one in the salon show. And and you can get in touch with me through Instagram if you want to learn more, or through Mike. Just talk to Mike. Mike can find me.
I'll try to tell you. I was interested in that idea of the salon show. Well, I don't know if we have time to talk about that today, because that was a way of, that's how they used to do it, right? It was like,
Right.
if there was a wall space, there was something on it. And
Yeah.
like you see paintings of old museums actually had hundreds.
Yeah, I think I hail back to France in the Renaissance time when the artists were so plentiful and there was so much art that it was just everywhere and it
Yeah.
just filled the walls.
Yeah.
And, Michael Noyes, who's the director of the gallery, who's really into it, he's been wanting to do it for a long time.
Oh, cool.
And so he did it, and it's up, and he'll be there. It's open Wednesday to Saturday, 11 to 5 every week, and you can see it and learn about it from him too
That's great.
on Canal Street.
Yes. So Leslie,
Time for Open Studio Weekend.
Boy,
so
that's
we've
a
got
lot, so
the
much
month
stuff.
of May for Bellows Falls art, but we also have for the whole state of Vermont an Open Studio Weekend. And that is May 28 and 29. I'm here on behalf of River Artisans Cooperative. We're between Rock and Hammer and Village Square Booksellers, and we have more than 20 artists and artisans. And we are part of this Open Studio Weekend this year. So it's hosted by the Vermont Craft Council. Let me see if I can give you a Vermont. I think that is www.vermontcrafts.com if you want for the whole state. And we've got a visual up for Open Studio Weekend. And for us at River Artisans, we're also going to have demos. So if you want to meet the person who makes it, here's when you can. We're going to have on May 28th, that's Saturday from 1 to 5, beading with Thomason Alexander. She's a new one as part of River Artisans. Beautiful, beautiful jewelry she does. And then on Sunday, the 29th, from 11 to 1, stone wrapping by Sue Rubel. We'll see her clip in just a moment, so you'll see how gorgeous her stones are. And then in the afternoon of May 29, that's Sunday afternoon, 1 to 5, it will be drawings with Caitlin Pollock and felting with Wilma Skavinsky. So we also have a Caitlin Pollock clip today.
Yeah. Do you want to watch that right now?
Well, before we do, I found this really cool thing on the Vermont Crafts Council site that says if you're going any place in Vermont to the Open Studio Weekend, that, here it is, I'm reading, all work purchased during Open Studio Weekend, besides being beautiful and useful, has a great story attached to it. So with that, why don't we go to Sue Rubel, because she's telling the
No,
story.
we're going to go
of
to
her-
Caitlin first.
Oh, we're going to Caitlin does these beautiful, beautiful drawings. She does oil paintings, drawings. If you want to have someone do a drawing of your pet, Caitlin's your girl. She's your woman. And so remember, there's a great story attached to it. Caitlin Pollock.
All right. And we're back. So Caitlin, we talked about Caitlin on a previous show, I think.
She had a whole show in
Yeah,
2021. She's a really fascinating young woman.
Yeah.
And if you want to meet Caitlin and see her do a drawing, she's Sunday afternoon between 1 and 5.
And she definitely has a story. I mean, because she started 2 years ago, right? I mean, she
With
was
us,
never,
she started.
Oh, I had got the impression that
She's
she
on
was,
Etsy, and she's, I hope that's right, Caitlin. She probably has her own website. And all
Oh,
this
I think
good
so,
stuff.
yeah. But I got the impression she really started drawing just recently. That it was
I don't
something
have
to
an
do with.
answer for that.
I remember speaking with her, and it was like something to do with something happened during COVID, and she had time, and she was like, "Well, I always wanted to draw," and she started drawing, and the talent is just.
It's very
Some
different
people
from
have-
painting, but it's a wonderful, wonderful medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving on.
So we also have stone wrapping with Sue Rubel, and Sue is also recent to our gallery, to our cooperative. Caitlin's been with us 2 years plus. Sue's been with us maybe since December or January, and she collects stones, and she's got a pile of stones on her table, and then she wraps them, and they're gorgeous, and you'll hear Sue speaking about Sue stones.
And
So
we're going to go to that clip.
I'm Sue Rubel, and during the pandemic, I started something called Sue Stones. And I wrap the stones, it's actually called rock wrapping, but I wrap the stones with either leather or sometimes cotton, sometimes hemp, and more recently cane. And then sometimes I add bits of nature. You'll see acorn tops and sticks. Sometimes I add buttons or little baubles. You'll see a few of those. You'll see a ladybug and a butterfly and a heart and a springy flower. And I have just experimented with the different kinds of weaves and knots. A lot of it is derived from Japanese basket making techniques. And I've collected rocks over many years, mostly at the beach, but more recently in riverbeds in Vermont. I let the rocks kind of speak to me. For this project, oval-shaped rocks seem to work best for the wrapping because the wraps don't fall off as easily. And I try and choose the colors, if there are colors, so that they kind of go with the rock. I don't know, I just let them speak to me and say, okay, and I have a pile of them on my dining room table at home. And I just pick one up in the morning and say, or afternoon, and say, okay, I think I'm going to use this one today. And then I decide on the material that I want to use, the medium. I have found over the couple of years, that bright colors seem to work best because they make the design as well as the rock pop. So that they're, I don't know, they kind of speak to the viewer. And I like to choose rocks that aren't all oval, but just rocks that have interesting shapes. For instance, you'll see one that looks like a whale to me, and so I created the whale spout. That's what I call it, the whale spout. Oh, unfortunately, I didn't bring a Buddha. I have some, but I think the Buddha sold recently. But I have some with Buddhas on top, and they're kind of fun too. Turtles. I call that turtle swimming. He's swimming upstream. Let's see, what else? The cane ones with the color, usually I've done a circular color in the middle. Those are all hand dyed. And the dye, you know, it's hand done, so it's not even necessarily. Same with the cane. The cane has little natural blemishes, and I kind of like that. That, to me, just shows how a natural medium displays itself.
Okay.
Yay, Sue Rubel. So artists can go, oh yeah, my work, but not me, not me. And she showed her work and she spoke about it. Thank you, Sue, so much. And I just want to say that with River Artisans, if someone wants to show their work with River Artisans Cooperative, we're a cooperative, but we're juried. So what happens is we give you a couple pieces of paper, you fill it out, and you bring in some work. Sue brought in her work, and it sat on the back desk, and you know, the jury people had to come in and look at it. So I'm working, and there it is, and I'm fascinated. And I actually looked at one of what the jurist said. He said, I looked at her work and I thought, but then I picked one up. And then I picked up another. And then I picked up another just to hold it in his hands. He must have felt some wonderful energy. Now, I know Sue Rubel is a Tai Chi teacher. I also am a Tai Chi teacher. And so I'm wondering if that wonderful living chi has gone into those beautiful Sue Stone wrapped rocks.
Oh, maybe.
So, but if you want to meet Sue, she will be there Sunday, 11 to 1, May 29. So you can meet the artisans. And we also, with River Artisans, we want to say thank you very, very much, RAMP, Rockingham Art Museum Project. Thank you, Robert McBride, who founded it and got it going. It's really strong. They supported us. It takes a fee to be part of the Open Studio Weekend, and RAMP supported River Artisans. So thank you, RAMP. We love you. Glad
Yes.
you're there.
It seems like the art scene in Bellows Falls is like snowballing to me. It's like it's really picking up and growing really rapidly. Where before people talked about it and Ramp was around, but it now is really something. It's
I moved
become a
here-
major force.
I moved here in 2006 and made a few friends slowly and then had more. And one woman that, you know, I kind of knew a little bit and we got to talking more, and she said, forgive me, Bellows Falls, but this comes out as good in the end. She said, Bellows Falls used to be the armpit of Vermont. And now it's this wonderful artist haven. There is so much art, so much crafts. It's now a cool, happening, really wonderful place to be. So I'm glad I moved here.
I know. Pretty soon it'll be gentrified. I mean,
That's a little scary.
Still has some ways to
It's a
go.
little
that's the
scary.
ways to be. But
No, I
that's
think-
how it starts.
I think it's a combination of things too, because it's also the art world in general is having
A renaissance.
a bit of a
or
just a lot
surgeons.
of well, the pandemic created a lot of creativity,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
creativity and a lot of art comes out of people's both joy and sorrow, stress and success. And in COVID, it was so challenging, and it's
Yeah.
still challenging with what's going on in our society as a result of the pandemic and other things. It's just currently a challenging time, I think, for a lot of folks and for the society in general. And so I find that there are a lot of folks that are sort of maybe yelling at each other or not wanting to listen. It's a polarizing time.
Yeah.
But in Vermont and in this place in Vermont, I feel that it's that opposite energy. It's not as polarizing, and people are coming together and they are listening to one another and they're working together more. And BIFTA and RAMP and 33 Bridge Street Collective and Art in Bellows Falls and Main Street Arts and the River Artisan Co-op, River Artisan Collective, River Artisan
Cooperative.
Cooperative.
RAC.
It is, they are all in a really peak moment with a lot of membership and a lot of excitement and a lot of programs. And so come to the area and just enjoy it and take advantage of it and meet some people and submit your art and show us your art and buy art and make art here.
Sounds
And
good
that's
to
it.
me. Maybe they can do one more visual of River Artisans.
Maybe they can. I'll see.
This one? There it is, River
Yeah.
Thank you, Colin.
Artisans. We're between Rock and Hammer and Village Square Booksellers. We've got a website, it's on there. It's riverartisanscooperative.com. And we're also on Facebook. I don't know how to do
Yeah,
Facebook,
okay.
but you can find us on Facebook too.
So that's next weekend. It will be the art weekend. This weekend is, I don't know if everyone remembers, but they're doing the community picnic at the at Hetty Green Park
Yep.
for the beginning of the
Farmers
Market.
Greater Falls Farmers Market.
So-
There will be a raffle and a cookout.
Yep.
Great.
That is
There will
so
be a
You
good.
should do a show.
Well, one of my masks is in the raffle, and a friend of mine
Oh, really?
who wild forages and sells teas.
That's great.
One of her teas, I think, is going to be in the raffle, and Fred rocks. Fred had a whole show in 2021.
Yeah.
He's, I believe, giving something to the raffle. So there'll be
Oh,
really
great.
fun
It's gonna be
things,
good stuff.
part of the raffle, so that they can make some money to spearhead Greater Falls. And it'll be in the park again, Hetty Green
Yeah.
Park, so it won't be
Right next to TD
way
Bank.
far away. Yes, next to TD Bank. It won't
All
be
right.
way far away and nobody sees it. You walk
That's
by and
good.
like, oh, I'll go to Farmers
Okay.
Market.
And so,
And there's a
there's a feed for you.
there's a feed. There's a great feed. 2 seconds.
Yes, go
Main,
ahead.
Main Street Arts has an entire list of live events, of live performance art in comedy and music and performance and plays, musicals, this
they're
whole
really-
season. So
yes.
it's been a couple years, but there's a whole full list of events. So check them out on Facebook or online, and just when you're looking for stuff.
Well,
Not to mention the
The Book of
players
Arrows.
are doing the play in continuing to do more and more plays in the Opera House as
And
well.
I've been on the Main Street Arts website, noon to 5 on Friday, Saturday, they're open.
That's
So
right.
if you want to go see the art or check the place out or go there and say, what are your classes, what
Yeah,
are your
yeah.
events? Friday, Saturday, noon to 5. It was last week, it's this week, I'm not sure beyond that.
It'll be ongoing now.
Yeah.
It's reopened with those 2
Noon to
days.
5, Friday,
and
Saturday.
It'll keep expanding as we have the capacity to expand.
Good. All right. Thank you, Bellows
Thank
Falls.
you.
Thank you, Rockingham. Thank you too. I hope
you,
you'll be
Mike.
back in a couple months.
Yeah.
Every time you come on, it gets to be better and better.
It's
So
a good time.
I
yeah.
really like your shows. You're getting more relaxed, and
Well, I was uptight before, eh?
No, it's always fun to be with you, Leslie.
Likewise.
and that's the feed. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you.
News, politics, business, sports, arts, music.